Excuse my bad posture. My posture is on holiday, as is my brain. It's my baby. So today's video will be all about the books that I've been reading during quarantine. So the first book I want to share with you guys is called Here I Am. I hope that you can see it. It is a book by Jonathan Safran, and it is about a Jewish family and the dynamics of that family. I really didn't think that I'd be interested in this type of book because I couldn't really tell what the plot was, and I don't really care to just read about normal people, you know? I don't know how to explain. It's kind of like when you watch a series and the plot isn't a murder or a mystery or adventure, but it's just you following around everyday people in their everyday lives, you know? Like, you're not hungering to watch the next episode, but it's a chilled commitment. And I've never really done that with books, but I tried that with this book and it was actually really, really good. As you can see, I am not done. I'm on page 253. The dynamics were getting a bit too much for me. But it is a really good book. It's really, really well written. And yeah, I would 100% recommend it. The second book that I recently started is called I Am Pilgrim. It is written by Terry Hayes, and I got this book because it is right up my alley. It's a thriller novel, and I am a sucker for thriller. I just I don't even know. I don't know what it is about murder. That sounds really bad. But yeah, I really, really love thrillers. I love mystery. I love books that test me. I just like books that make me think, and I feel as though thrillers have the ability to do that. Not that other genres don't, but yeah. So I really am enjoying this book. I'm on like page 100 and something. There are 911 pages, which is quite a lot. So I'm 1/9 of the way through the book, which I think is a very good achievement. So yeah, highly recommend. It seems really interesting, and it's in first person. First person is when the person, what's first person? First person is when the person is saying I, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I'm so embarrassed. So book number 3 is a non-fiction book, and it is called The Demon Haunted World by Carl Sagan. It's subtitled Science as a Candle in the Dark. Now, I've been looking for this book for a very long time because I just thought it would be something interesting to read. For those of you that don't know, I am Christian, but I want to understand other people's beliefs, other people that are not Christian, especially when they, you know, rely on logic and science to define the world, rather than maybe me, who would say that God created the world in 7 days, and they would say the Big Bang created the world. You know, I want to understand those things as well. So Carl Sagan is just talking about, he's just talking and questioning how people can make intelligent decisions when they don't have an understanding or the ability to differentiate between the myths of pseudoscience, new age thinking, and fundamental zealotry. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and I can't wait to read it. Is this number 4? Yeah, the 4th book, I read it, and it is it a penguin book? No, it's not, but it's called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, and it is about a boy that is autistic, and it is written from his perspective. It's so beautifully written, I think, because he just shares how he sees the world. And yeah, it's about him going on a journey to find out who murdered his neighbor's dog. It was really interesting. I don't think I've ever read a book like this. On to book number 5. Yeah, book number 5. This is another non-fiction read. It is called The Mathematical Brain by Brian Butterworth. I got this book because this is one of the books that I thought would really help me develop my mindset. It is all about mathematics and I'm getting so breathless. Okay, it is all about mathematics and how maths works in individuals and how the brain is wired for maths. The author talks about how some people are colorblind, so even though you show them a certain color and you tell them that this is blue, they will say, no, this is green, because that's what they see. And sometimes maths is like that for other people. They genuinely just do not understand. Their brain cannot comprehend that thing in the same way that a colorblind person doesn't understand or can't see the color. So they're kind of like colorblind to mathematics, but don't be using that excuse for why you failed maths in high school. I see you. Yeah, definitely a good read. And the last book is last for a reason. Normally people save the best for last, but if I'm really honest, I didn't. I think in terms of selling a plot line to me, like a blurb selling itself to me, this was definitely the best out of all the books. The blurb for this book really sold it to me but there is also romance involved. This is problematic. They are cousins, which is not really my cup of tea. I'm not a romance reading gal. I don't know why. I just can't do it. I don't know. I haven't even said the name of the book. It's called The Favored Child by Philippa Gregory, and I picked it because I wanted the drama and the juice of figuring out who gets the empire or the inheritance. I started reading it first, and I'm still on page 107, so I don't know if that's telling you something. No offense to you, Philippa Gregory. If you are a romance gal, I would definitely suggest reading books by Philippa. She does write a lot of romantic novels. I think I actually bought other ones in Joburg at a flea market. If you have read any of these books or if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I'm especially looking for books by Black authors, or preferably Black African authors, like books that are written from an African perspective, because I feel as though there isn't a lot of representation for people like myself, and that needs to change. And I want to invest in learning about those things. If you have any book recommendations or suggestions, just leave them down in the comment section below and tell me what you've been reading or are planning to read during this time, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. It's my love, touching you slowly.